What's up, everybody? It's Mike from PC Classic Cars, back with another test drive video. Today we are in the 1973 Dodge Challenger with a 340 and a Tremec 5-speed. Let it warm up here a little bit. This is a really cool Challenger. Alright, here we go. Alright, so again we have a 1973 Dodge Challenger. It is an H-code 340 car, but does not have the original 340 in it. The motor that's in this car runs really well, and one of the best things about it is it does have the Holley Sniper EFI system on it. And then again, it's backed by a Tremec 5-speed. So your drivability is awesome. You can hop on the highway and cruise 75 miles an hour with no problem whatsoever. It does have power steering, and then it does have power disc brakes, and it's got a Wheelwood disc brake up front. The mechanicals, again, are really tight on this car. Whoever did it did a really nice job. We're cruising at 65 or so miles an hour right now with no problems whatsoever. As far as aftermarket fuel injection goes, I don't know if there's a better system. At least what I've come across than the Holley Sniper system. Seems to be the most user-friendly, the most widely used application across Ford, GM, Mopar. Just seems to be kind of the easiest plug-and-play system. Obviously, if you get into the higher horsepower stuff, you might want to change to the Holley Terminator X. But for your general use, the Sniper is a great option for just your regular old cars like this. Again, back on the drivability of this car, I'd hop in this thing and go just about anywhere. With the 5-speed, it's fantastic. It's very easy to shift. I will say the gas pedal does have a heavy spring on it, so you do have to push the pedal a little bit harder than you normally would when it was stock. But it's nothing that's too terrible. The clutch is really easy to press and depress. The brake pedal is really easy to press as well. Just the gas pedal's a little bit stiffer than I'd normally like. All of your gauges on the Sniper system are working. And then you have your factory fuel gauge and your speedometer. And then you do have 2 gauges under the dash for your water temperature, and then as well as your oil pressure as well. All of that stuff is working great. Downshift's really nice and easy. And with that Wheelwood disc brake in the front, the car stops really nice. As far as the cosmetics go, it is a factory B5 blue car. I don't know exactly when it was repainted, but the repaint looks good. It shows well with just some minor little flaws. Overall, front to back, the cosmetics do look really nice. Obviously, it's got an earlier Challenger stripe down the side, but that does not bother me at all. Top's in nice shape, all the chrome, all that stuff looks good as well. Warmed up now, we'll get on it a little bit. As far as Mopars go, I think a 340 is going to be my personal favorite engine. I like the 340, I like the small block. And then again, this backed with the 5-speed is just a really cool combo. This was originally a D21 factory 4-speed car, so probably hence the reason why they did the 5-speed on it. When you build a 340 motor, you're already there, you might as well add a 5-speed to it, which is really cool. But again, H-code, 340 car, D21 factory 4-speed car, B5 blue. They kept the B5 blue, and it's factory blue interior car as well. As far as other things here on the interior, it does have an aftermarket console, which usually I'm not a fan of, but having cup holders is really nice. The way the 5-speed is set up with the shifter handle right where your elbow hits, it's a very comfortable driving position. The seats in the front and the back are all in really nice shape. It is a non-rally dash, so you just have your standard gauges, but you have the aftermarket Sniper mounted there on the column. They did a nice job with that, where you can still see the speedometer as well as the fuel gauge. And then the Sniper screen, it does have different display settings you can scroll through if you want to change the gauges that are there. It does have an aftermarket stereo, Pioneer stereo in it. Not what I would keep in the car. I'd probably go back with a retro style radio or an updated Pioneer one, because that's definitely an old school style head unit. As far as flaws on the interior, the rear interior panels do have a few little scuffs on them. That would really be my biggest pick. The dash is really nice. The carpet looks like it's recently been replaced. The front door panels both look really good. The kick panels look really nice. Headliner visors are also really, really clean, and the package tray also looks really good. Downshift's really nice. Probably one of my favorite things about this car is the engine bay. The valve cover air cleaner setup is really, really clean. The engine bay definitely was done with a purpose. Whoever did it did a really, really nice job. When you pop the hood, it's just very clean and very well sorted in the engine bay. Sometimes people just don't do a good job with the engine bays, and they're just got wires and things just not cleaned up. Again, this one it shows very, very well. Fender tags in the spot where it's supposed to be. Body numbers all line up. VIN obviously on your dash, so no issues with any numbers on this Mopar. As far as all your glass, the windows roll up and down like they should. The windshield's really nice. The back glass looks good. So really no issues with the glass whatsoever. And then all your suspension is all stock style stuff. The car has a really good road feel. No real issues, no weird sounds. Suspension feels nice and tight. Front end looks newer. And then the underneath of this car is excellent. Floors, frame rails, inside the trunk, the drop downs. I found no rust issues, and it is a very, very solid car. If I had to pick the biggest thing on this car, it's just the engine base painted body color like it's supposed to be. Unfortunately, the trunk is spatter painted. It should be body color. If someone wanted to sand all that spatter out of there and spend a bunch of time doing it and repainting the inside of the trunk, you could. Again, it's very nice and solid. It's just not what it should be. It should be body color. But that's just kind of personal preference. If someone wants to take the time to repaint a body color, they could. But that would probably be my biggest pick on the whole car. Overall feel of this car, it's a great Challenger. Love this 5-speed, love the 340. And I personally like the look of the car. The blue with the black accents, the black wheels, the blue bucket seat interior. Just a really cool, unique looking Challenger with a lot of cool upgrades. I would personally add vintage AC to it. That's just me. We're here in Texas, it's hot, so driving this car in the summer would be a little warm. Plenty of room in the engine bay. It already has that front runner setup on it, so you could add the vintage AC system to it relatively easy. They have, vintage AC does have ready-to-go kits for the 70 to 74 Challenger, so install is not difficult on these whatsoever. Love how solid this car is underneath. The drivability is awesome. Just a really good Challenger front to back. Last couple turns here, we'll head back to the shop. A little downshift there for you. The exhaust on this car is not terribly loud. Has a nice set of headers and the dual exhaust. When you're in the throttle, you can definitely hear the exhaust, but it's not one of those cars that's extremely loud going down the road. You can definitely have a conversation with the person sitting next to you when you're driving. As always, I appreciate you stopping in to watch another one of my test drive videos. If there's ever anything else that you guys want to see, have comments, concerns, questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment on the YouTube channel. You can also call or text me directly at 903-820-1019. Check us out at PCClassicCars.com, or we are across all social platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and the handle on all of the social platforms is going to be PC Classic Cars. And we will see you guys on the next test drive video. Thanks again for watching.